Welcome back to the Spooky Nook Sports Complex, the True Ball XL Archery Hall. Chuck Cooley with Teresa Johnson in the Win and Win Broadcast Center here live on a Sunday morning, and we've had two great divisions already come through. And I know you were super excited for the last matches, watching Casey and Mackenzie, and but now I'm really wondering how you're going to hold up, because we get to watch Jack Williams go up against your husband, Butch Johnson.
Yes.
How many times has Butch been in the Olympics here?
Butch is a 5-time Olympian, 2-time Olympic medalist, Olympic team gold in Atlanta 96, and Olympic team bronze in Sydney 2000. And we're going to see a really good matchup here, because Jack has been shaking things up in the senior men's division. He's a very talented shooter coming up. He does very, very well. Butch has been shooting well, but has been a little bit frustrated with his vision lately. He's working out some issues with that, and so that for sure has an impact. It's going to be interesting to see how this match goes.
Now I see, in contrast, the men in this match shooting the larger diameter indoor arrows versus the outdoor style arrows that the girls were shooting in the match that we just watched. Jack comes out very, very strong with 2 11s and a 9. Butch 10-9. He's got to get an 11 here to stay tight in the match, or at least a 10.
And
Beautiful
he does it.
finish
Beautiful
from Butch.
Shot. Very nice.
Now we'll get some words from Rob here as he introduces the men here.
Recite in from the practice a little bit, I think.
Yeah, lighting plays a big part in recurve archery. You see the string alignment and the sight differently. And we'll go over your equipment real quick, Butch. Shooting the Hoyt Formula Bow, an Excel carbon sight. Looks like an AE rest, or no, Spot Hog rest. Looks like Doinker stabilizers. And what arrows are you shooting? 23-12s. So Butch is shooting some larger arrows to try to take advantage of the lines on the target face. All right, Jack Williams, I want to get this over with. The equipment, shooting the brand new Hoyt bow with, I see some weights in the riser. Shooting ramrod stabilizers, brand new ones with ramrod extension and V-bar and whatnot. Excel sight, biter plunger, and you're also shooting larger aluminum arrows. So you came out like a house of fire there with a couple of 11s. Nice shooting, Jack.
Thank you.
All right. Get down to the second end.
So we're going to get a little bit of a recap here, and we can see Butch's last arrow was an 11. He's shooting bottom to top, which is normally the way he shoots the 3-spot target. Jack's going to take the first shot here. Let's see how he does. He's been very solid so far. Left 10 for Jack. Let's see what Butch answers with.
Now, is Jack one of these younger than senior shooters as well?
I'm not sure, Chuck.
Little tall. Man, he looks solid and smooth there, doesn't he? Beautiful shot. Beautiful shot. Butch just landed a good solid 10 in there. And we're going to welcome PJ to the booth. How you doing this morning, PJ?
I'm very well, Chuck. Good to be here. It was exciting to watch that last match, getting into this one now.
Yeah, we let Teresa step aside because she's watching her husband, and she's pretty excited about this whole thing.
I can imagine.
I'm looking at her, and I can see her heart pounding through her chest. So she threw up the flag and said, she said, "Hey man, I got to go watch Butch." And so PJ stepped right in.
I can appreciate
so
that.
it's exciting to see that she's that excited for the matches.
Absolutely,
this morning.
absolutely.
You know, quite a bit of excitement for a Sunday morning here at watching some powerhouse archery. You get to see these Olympians and these young men come back in.
Yeah.
How do you maintain that level? And you're still shooting at a very high level, at a world-class level. How do you maintain that over that many years?
I just love the sport. I love to shoot. I mean, now I'm not shooting nearly as much as I used to, but I still enjoy doing it. So.
Excellent. You've got to have a love and a passion for the sport. And speaking of that, I know someone else that has a love and a passion for the sport. Jack, your first sport that you were serious about was fencing. How has fencing helped you in your archery?
It really helped me like mentally mature and really help with the focus that's needed for archery, and it really just overall helped the growing process that really helped me excel to this point.
Great. Doing an awesome job. Keep it up. Got arrows. Okay. Looks like we've got a 63-60 match.
And we're at the halfway point of this match. It's tightish. We've seen in the recurve matches that, you know, with a 3-point swing or a 4-point swing, or even, you know, we saw 7-8 points on the last match.
Yeah.
So with 3 points, it's not out of hand for either archer. Butch only down by 3. Jack comes right out of the gate with a solid 11. So Butch definitely has his work cut out for him. He's got to start landing some of these 10 liners. Man, he looks good though.
Oh,
wow,
well, that's
that was
one way to do it.
Best looking shot he's had so far this morning. Looked very powerful. His timing looked much, much better there.
I don't know this Jack Williams. Where did he come from?
I hadn't seen him before. Jack, I think this is his first Lancaster event. He was the #2 qualifier after the first day and made his way through the elimination bracket.
So he's no joke. He's the real deal.
Yeah. He's definitely powerful, and you can see, you know, by his shooting here.
Yeah. I mean, he's living in the gold, which in this division, if you can do that, you're in pretty good shape.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think Butch got it. He might be getting it together now.
You know, I think Teresa was mentioning that he comes out of the gate generally a little bit slower.
Looks like you're smoothing out there, Butch. He says better late than never. Yep, we've got one more end, and we've got a tie match going. As you know, in recurve archery, things change, and you can just as easily change that back, Jack. You've been laying in a lot of 11s, just laying a little left there. I'm sure you're making adjustments. The lighting, again, plays a big part in it, doesn't it?
Yeah, the lighting definitely for recurve is big key.
Okay, our arrows are coming back here shortly.
We'll take a look at these couple of quick shots here that Jack laid in there. His quick replay. He looks a little perplexed by that one landing there. I think that is the lighting. This is going to be that great shot from Butch. Man, he looks powerful there. See?
Yes, that is
Great
in
shot.
there. So I'm seeing Jack has our Lancaster Archery USA
every
Archery.
day,
Let's
for
go to
the
Rob.
Olympics and for World Cup competition and World Championships. And certainly the dedication.
As
has to
Rob
be
tossed to
incredible.
these
I know your
archers,
parents are very
we
proud
have
of
one
you.
end left to
They
go.
support you fully.
We're going to step aside
the
for
great
1
folks
second and get the field reset. We'll be back here live in just one moment at the Lancaster Archery Classic. And we are back live. Chuck Cooley here with you this morning for the men's recurve. The first match of the day. I'm here joined with PJ. And as we get this first arrow off for the last 3 arrows, Jack pops an 11, put the pressure right on Butch.
See what Butch can do.
Nice
Now
answer
he's
from
in
Butch.
it.
Wow. He is finally falling into his groove here. What a great match between these two guys. There's a door.
Yeah.
That's what Butch needed for sure to put this pressure back in.
And Jack knows it.
Yep.
He did
Now,
not wanna
with an
do
11, he can tie it up, take the lead.
that. Oh, man.
Beautiful.
There we go.
Could we see a 33 here and watch it swing and Butch could take the win and move on? Teresa will pass right out over there.
Oh, he's not giving
Ooh.
up. I mean,
Butch
that's the way to
does.
go out.
So now Butch has a 1-point lead here. He needs a 10 to stay in the match and win it outright. Wow,
33.
a 33! Unbelievable shooting from Butch Johnson to close out the match and take the win. Butch will move on here.
I can't even see Teresa to see her reaction.
I am
Wow,
sure
that's,
she's...
that was a lot of pressure for both of you.
Wow, what
Butch,
a great win.
congratulations.
Man, that was
I've
fantastic.
watched you shoot in a lot of major competitions over the year, but yeah, but that had to be fun.
Yeah, it's always fun when you win something.
So what's the pressure like here compared to some of the big tournaments you've been in?
Similar. Yeah, you know, you just, especially, I haven't been shooting a lot of tournaments lately, so my first time kind of back at it, so it's a little unnerving.
Well, you're handling it very well. Congratulations.
What a great way for Butch to come through that first match. Now,
And Chuck,
we'll take a look at this last couple of shots here from Jack. Now, came out of the gate strong with the 11, that 10 or that 9, and then that's what really cost him the match, and he was bummed out about that. Of course, when you have a 33, when a guy comes out of the gate and launches a 33, you can't do anything
Nothing you
about
can
that.
do.
He's just going to win. Now,
and his prize is Crispin Duenas.
Crispin Duenas. Now, we heard from Crispin yesterday. He did some announcing behind the line with some of the archers that were there. Now, this is kind of cool because this is an Olympic matchup. You know, Crispin's been in the Olympics. Butch clearly has been in the Olympics, so I'm expecting some really powerful shooting out of these two. Going to be a very exciting match. Now, the winner of this match gets to face Brady Ellison. So it's not like it's not getting easier the farther up the bracket you go.
No.
Now, these brackets, we get to see the top 4 men who made it through the Recurve competition this weekend and looking at how that went. Now,
Crispin's a 2-time classic champ here, too. So he's got some experience on this stage. Last year, he was our runner-up to Brady in the finals.
Crispin came through the brackets. He beat Kevin Cashel 127-109, and then James Gaze 121-114 to put himself in the shoot-off here. So we've got a close liner arrow there from Crispin.
11s and 10s these guys are posting.
He was
There's
the number
9 from Butch.
number 3 overall qualifier this year after day 1. As you alluded to, he finished 2nd last year, finished 2nd in 2014, finished 4th in 2016. So no stranger to this stage. I think he'll be very, very comfortable up there. Butch, you know, he made Butch move to the other stage. You notice that? That's one of the interesting things here.
Yep.
And
Little gamesmanship.
Little gamesmanship. Butch had gotten used to the lighting on this side, and now pushing him over to the other stage, the lighting is going to be slightly different.
Luring into false security, you know, let them get too relaxed, I'll take over.
Yeah. You wanted to give him a chance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Crispin, let's go over your equipment very quickly. We've got a Hoyt Formula, new Hoyt Formula, what is that, Factor? And we've got an Excel sight with what aperture are you shooting? Shrewd aperture. Doinker stabilizers, biter V-bar and plunger. And you're shooting the larger X7 arrows, the aluminum arrows. And it's a good looking setup. It's kind of black and mean.
It's just the one that worked out for me. I shot a red bow last year. I thought I'd switch it up a little bit at the end of last year, and this one worked. So I just left it the way it was from last year, and I haven't actually touched it since then.
Well, very good. It's working for you. Looks like we got a 30-27 match after the first end. 4-point differential, but as you know, things can change.
So we come into the second end of this match here, PJ.
Crispin, as you know, Chuck, is one of the class acts in the whole sport, but in Olympic recurve especially. Canadian champion. He's
a lot of fun. I get along really well with him. I enjoy his commentary, his view on the sport, his interaction with the people. I think is extremely comfortable. He's
a physics teacher by day.
Yeah.
I think that gives him an advantage. He must know something about these bows.
Is that what it is? He looks really good through his shot here. Let's check his timing. Beautiful.
Well, there you go.
He is right on that clicker. Now, we did notice in some of the earlier matches, some of the people not being on the clicker quite as tight as they needed to be.
Gotcha.
Butch, I think that lighting is moving. You see him reach down and grab the sight again.
Yeah.
I think pushing him over to that other stage definitely changed the lighting. He mentioned it earlier on. He jokingly said that he was luring Crispin into a false sense of security. Now, being a New Englander, that could completely be true with him. He could just be setting him up for a wicked defeat here.
Try to get Crispin comfortable and then take him out.
Butch getting back towards the center there. He pulled a 10 out, so he picks up a point.
He did another adjustment on his sight.
Gives it a couple more clicks. Now, I noticed he's using a big green ring. Crispin using the Shrewd Flex scope.
Yes, the new one.
Yep, love that scope. Kind of partial to that one. Feather Vision makes the lenses for that, so I have an inside track there.
Oh, of course. You know the guy.
I know a guy. Butch needs a solid arrow here. Oh, man, he just missed the line on that 10.
That is just out.
Dang it. So that's a pretty good lead. That's 7 points at the half. Now, 6 arrows to go. A lot can change. We'll see what's going to happen.
So that was 2008 Beijing, London in 2012, and Rio this past summer. Well, 2 summers ago. Yeah.
Very good. And I know that you teach physics and you train like a maniac sometimes. I mean, you're obviously in good shape. What's your training regimen like?
Usually, I still have a substitute job, so I can tell them whenever I want to work, which is lucky for me. On the days that I actually do train, I'll probably hit the archery range at about 10 o'clock in the morning until about 3. And then in the evening, I'll go to the gym and I'll drag Lauren with me. Sometimes she has to drag me along as well, but we have to make sure that, I have to make sure I stay fit to be able to beat guys like Butch over here.
Very good. Looks like your arrows are coming back.
A couple of quick looks there at Crispin Duenas and Butch Johnson as we're at the half. And we're going to be back in just a moment here at the Lancaster Archery Classic. And welcome back live to the Lancaster Archery Classic. We are into the last 6 arrows of this men's recurve match. Crispin Duenas already has his first arrow downrange with an 11.
With an 11.
He's got a lead on Butch Johnson. Butch responds with a 9. That's going to push it up 2 more points. PJ,
Crispin,
what do you think?
Well, Crispin mentioned earlier yesterday to me that last year he shot X10s. And he was so close on so many lines that he switched this year. I believe he's shooting 23s because Brady edged him out on those lines. And he didn't want that to happen again.
I think the words he used was, he's still bitter.
Yes, that is correct. He did say that. And you can see it's paying off.
Yeah, he just crushed that end right there. I think he worked very, very hard to get this set up. Now, setting up a recurve bow with larger arrows is kind of a challenge. And you see Butch tried to do the same thing with his setup. But now it's a 10-point lead after
can you tell your field crew to move my target about 1 centimeter to the left, and I'll be good. Thank you.
Okay. Butch says this is America. We don't do metric here. All right, Donald Trump. He says no. Anyway, a little joking around.
And we'll take a look at these highlights here. Crispin Duenas finishing strong. After 3 ends, we have 1 end to go in this match, the men's recurve match. Getting some laughs and chuckles at the line with Butch Johnson and Crispin Duenas. Chatting with Rob Kaufhold at the line there.
And twice. And, I know you look forward to this every year. We've become good friends over the years, and we certainly appreciate everything you do for the sport. Thank you.
Well, thank you for holding a really great tournament that's getting bigger every year. I heard that we were over 1,500 right before the competition, a couple dropouts, but I mean, next year I think you're going to have to start thinking about how to expand this whole archery range to make more for probably about 1,800, I'm guessing, for next year.
Oh boy.
I don't want to think about that right now. Okay, at 93-83, last end.
I'm back.
And we're into the last end of this match here. Butch has got quite a deficit that he's got to try to dig out of. Crispin has been absolutely on fire for these 3 ends.
Short of a miss, Chuck, it's kind of done.
Sadly, I think you're right. Crispin really
something.
pops it right out of the gate with another 10, so that's going to push that 10-point lead.
Well, if Butch is going out, he's going to go out,
He did shoot
doing his
33
best.
earlier to win the last match, so, I think it's just fine that he's going to come out and pound it through here. Crispin looking very solid, 10-11 liner.
Butch's hold is good. It's nice. I mean, just little tiny bobbles.
Another 11 liner there.
Yeah, that's
10,
right
11
there.
liner. It would be kind of cool to see him shoot another 33.
Yes, it would.
And 33s, that's the maximum score you can shoot today.
Right.
Same hole in that 10 ring. He mentioned it. Butch, shooting a 33 with a recurve is a solid accomplishment. Beautiful looking pull through there, and drops
Just
it out
out.
for a 9.
Good match.
So this win will go to Crispin Duenas. Congratulations to Butch Johnson for moving up through the
Third
bracket
place
there.
and $1,000. Thanks for coming down to the Lancaster Archery Classic. Still a great weekend. Good job, Butch. Let's give 5-time Olympian Butch Johnson a hand. Next up, we have a match piece now introduction. Brady.
We'll take a look at a couple of these last shots, BJ. What do you think? What do you see there?
Well, he showed some good form. I mean, at the end, he got it together, so he didn't end on bad arrows. But as we mentioned earlier, Crispin's prize for winning is now taking on the gunslinger.
Brady Ellison is
We need
making
him.
his way to the platform right now. Brady Ellison is he's won this event at least three times that I can think of.
Appreciate it.
2014,
It's good to be back up here.
2016, 2017.
I know you're going to put on a heck of a show here. These two
Actually-
guys have competed here before and on the worldwide stage before. Two incredible competitors. This is going to be a battle, folks.
So actually, Chuck, last year was Brady's first win at the
Was it?
Classic. It had been a monkey on his back, and he finally took it last year.
I'm going to get after my statistician there. He's got him down as a three-time winner.
He qualified first every year, but he always lost in the end. But
Gotcha.
last year, he finally won it. I remember he was so happy.
Well, this is going to be a great match between he and Crispin.
Absolutely.
Looking to see this first arrow out of Brady. Lighting doesn't seem to be bothering him between the practice range and this range. He comes out of the gate. First arrow 11. Very, very solid there. Crispin knows that he's got to have a great match here. I don't think Brady's going to get him any room at all.
No, you got to be on your game with Brady.
A little bit high. Now, Brady pushed him to that other stage. Remember, we just saw that in the last match with Butch. When Butch moved over to that far stage, the lighting is just a little bit different.
2 11s.
So a 1-point lead after 2 arrows. Crispin's timing looks very good still. Very steady.
Nice. 10s.
Needs to make just a tiny adjustment there, maybe.
Isn't that strange that maybe 10s aren't enough to win in this division? You might need those 11s.
It's a tough division. These guys are the best in the world. Brady drops one uncharacteristically low, and you can see he glances down at his feet there. These archers do have a monitor at their feet so they can see where their arrows land. They're seeing more or less what we're seeing here at home, so they can take a quick look at it. And you can see he's glancing down to see what Crispin's going to pull off. So, a 30 versus a 31 after one end.
Let's give these guys a hand. Brady, you came out smoking a couple of 11s. Nice shooting. The lighting doesn't seem to bother you. You know, the black string, I noticed that may help you with your string alignment.
Yeah, definitely a little bit. But the great thing about the lighting here is it's you could see very well, but it's soft. So you don't get a lot of glare off everything. And the lights on the practice range, actually, when we come over here, you're pretty much sighted in, which a lot of venues don't get the lighting right. So it's nice to be able to practice, and then you come in here, especially on the recurve side, and, you know, hopefully we put the first ones in and we don't look so bad.
Well, we're archers too, so we work hard to dial that in for you. Hopefully we got it right. Let's go over your equipment a little bit. We try to cover that for everybody. You want to talk about your gear?
Yeah, definitely. So pretty much shooting the same thing I have been. Got a 25 factor with X-Tour bamboo limbs. Biggest change this year is shooting the Shrewd Revel stabilizers. Last year I shot bee stingers. This year I'm shooting the Shrewds. Really like them. Shooting a lot of vibration now and stuff. Shooting the Excel sights and Shrewd aperture.
And we're taking a look here at Brady's arrows, the way that he started off with 11, 11, 10. Good shot of Crispin there. His first arrow for a 10. His last arrow.
Just out. He's
Just
going
out.
left, right, maybe a little wobble there.
Yep. Could be a little bit of that lighting thing. Could be just that other stage feels just not quite as comfortable.
Yeah, I was.
And that's better.
X10s last year, but yeah, X10s last year, 23 12s, thinking I had a chance against Brady, and then this kid just decides to go up to 26s.
You're going to have to go home and hang off the swing set to make your arms longer or something.
Whatever you're feeding Connor, can I have some? Because I'm not cutting it 5'7" here.
Okay. Well, you guys are both shooting well. It's a close match, 31-30.
And we'll get the call here from Larry and decide who's going to start first.
If we can get a shot of Brady's quiver, I don't think he has. Oh, yeah,
it is.
there it
Look at
is. There it
The
is.
gunslinger.
Got the gunslinger. That is the coolest quiver you'll see out here.
Brady launches another 11, just almost in the same hole he started with, really putting the pressure on Crispin here. Now, potentially 2-point lead. And at 10, it is a 2-point lead after 4 arrows.
Brady is just so strong through this. Look at that. There is nothing wobbling.
You know,
Little stabilizer, but
we were watching him in the qualification and elimination rounds yesterday, and he looked really, really comfortable, really, really solid. I think he's been working really hard this indoor season. I watched him in France on the broadcast there, and again, you know, he looked incredibly strong. Didn't pull out the win, but he did make it to the gold match.
that's what happens when you shoot like 800 tournaments a year or something like that.
Wow. 11-10 liner there.
26, that
so
might get him in.
potential 33 out of Brady Ellison. Only 1 point off, 2 points off perfect so far. Crispin really needs an 11 here to stay close in this match. 10-10-10 out of Crispin. That's going to be a 4-point lead potentially right now, depending on that one arrow call from Brady. 4-point swing at the half. I mean, granted, things can go any direction in this recurve. We've seen it all day long, but that's a pretty big lead to give to Brady
She'd
Ellison.
probably want to be here. So anyway, say shout out to her.
Yeah, I just wanted to shout out to everybody at home who's watching on the live feed. It's great that they're all tuning in and watching me shoot against Brady again. And I mean, our whole Canadian program is taking off, especially since the last time I talked up here on stage last year. Our daily training environment has become a lot more rigid and a lot more specific on goal setting and how to get to the podium in 2020 in Tokyo.
You've also hired yourself a coach.
Yeah, she's also, I mean, also my wife, but she's here for a lot of good moral support. She was my first cheerleader ever. I mean, ever. And yeah, it's great to have her here on stage with me.
Super. Well, good luck.
Thanks. That just brought it up.
So it's a battle of the wives. Brady has a cheerleader too.
And thank you very much for watching along at home. How many people did they say are watching us on YouTube?
2,600 total between all our channels right now. 2,600 people watching us live.
And we can have you guys follow along with us on social media. Lancaster Archery TV, which is Lancaster Archery Supply on YouTube. And you can follow along all the live broadcasts there all morning and all afternoon long. The other social media outlets for us, Twitter at Lan Archery or Lanc Archery, Facebook.
Lancaster Archery is our Facebook page, and we're on Snapchat. You can find us. If you just search Lancaster Archery on any of those, you'll find us.
Yeah, and if you search the hashtag Lancaster Classic, you can see all the pictures and descriptors for what's going on here today. We're watching an incredible match right now between Brady Ellison and Crispin Duenas. This is the men's recurve division. It's the third match of the day, the third division that we've been watching this morning here at the Lancaster Classic. We are in the True Ball XL Archery Hall at the Spooky Nook Sports Complex.
Chuck,
Brady with a 30.
How are you going to beat
32s
33s and 32s in recurve?
I'm telling you, man, he's out here to win this thing. And another 10 from Crispin. Now,
I mean, that's solid shooting from Crispin.
You know, a 30 or a 31 in recurve is very, very good, but you're up against 32s and 33s. It's incredible shooting from these two guys. Pretty happy to see that they're both shooting Hoyt bows. This broadcast brought to you by Hoyt Archery.
33-32. You're not giving him much of a break, are you?
I'm really trying not to. Yeah, Crispin's too good of a shooter to let up or do anything, so, you know, I've lost to him at this tournament 2 or 3 times, so stepping up here, I know what I have to do, and so far it's going right. We have 3 more arrows, though.
Okay, very good. Nice shooting to both of you. This is an incredible show.
Here comes Crispin. We're going to get a look at some of his last arrows there. I mean, that's his first one. That's dead center, pinwheel 11. Brady, look at that form. He just is not giving anything up. You see 10, 11. His last one was an 11. So that's great shooting. We're back here live now.
It's incredible to watch that video. You'd think if you just tuned in and looked at it, that was a still shot. But
yeah.
No, that's Brady. That's how still he is. If you want to follow along and see what's going on here with all the matches, you can see live scoring at archers.com. That's RCHERZ, archers.com. That's brought to you by Dead Center Archery Products. You can watch it live here on YouTube.
Brady's
Thank you very
first.
much, Hoyt, for that.
Brady's first arrows at center 11.
And he puts the pedal right to the mat against Crispin here. You know, Crispin responds with a 10, but I don't think it's quite enough.
No.
Ooh.
Oh.
That is definitely an 8. That is, I don't think, going to catch the line at all. Uncharacteristic miss from Brady there.
Yep. And how about that?
He does what he can. He pops an 11 to try to cut into that lead, and he's got to hope for Brady to do the same thing again.
That was a 3-point difference just on that end, just on those 2 arrows. Yeah,
10. Yeah, that's not
all
going
he
to be enough
needed
for him to catch him. Brady will win this match. We'll watch Crispin's final arrow here.
Hey,
and he
that's the way
finishes
to go.
strong with 10, 11, 11, but he needed to get into that rhythm a little bit earlier.
Yep.
Congratulations to Crispin Duenas on his silver or his second place finish. And a huge congratulations to Brady Ellison for the championship win in the men's recurve here at the Lancaster
considerably.
Classic.
It's down to 2 points, but I believe you will still end up second this year. The good news is the payoff has gone way up, and you still take home $2,000 for second place. Congratulations. It's an American badge. Brady, our champion, we've increased the payouts $5,000 for first place. Congratulations. that helps offset, your schedule. About how many days do you travel all over the world, Brady?
It's over 200. I think we hit about 220 or 230 days this year, and I think we hit 23 or 24 tournaments.
Okay, I mean every corner of the world. The schedule you keep is crazy, but it's why you're the dominant star of Olympic recurve archery in the world. You're just out working and out traveling everyone else.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I love to compete, and I think that you get better through competing in competitions, and that's with everything. And last year I was able to make a couple of 3Ds with a compound, and this year I'm going to try to even go to more of those and shoot. We're even going to try to go to more tournaments, and just try to travel around and shoot as much as we can until we get too old to do this and travel this much.
Very good. Congratulations. Let's hear it for both Crispin Duenas and Brady Ellison.
So a quick follow-up there to the men's recurve finals. What an event, what a match that was. Congratulations to Brady Ellison on that powerful win. We're live here at the Lancaster Archery Classic at the True Ball XL Archery Hall, and we'll be right back with the Youth Male Open Championship.
This is how we like to do it.